Welcome to episode 2 of In the World of Women, hosted by yours truly, Jordan being Jordan. Hello, welcome back. This is episode 2. I'm so excited. So obviously last week was the first episode that went out. I was a bit nervous about it, but you're back again and I'm back again because consistency, this is what we're doing this year. If there's anything we're doing in 2026, it is being consistent. So thank you for coming back. And I mean, I'm going to thank myself for making another episode because, anyway, we won't go into it. This will not be a therapy session. But yeah, consistency is a thing. But I hope you had a great week. There's been so much going on this week. So this episode is going to go around the houses, but bear with me. And while you're bearing with me, you know what you need to do. Subscribe, follow, share, comment, you know the drill. But let's get into what's been going on this week in the world of women. This week has been a lot. Now, I feel like I'm probably going to say this every week because I don't know what's going on. I don't know why all of a sudden the world is going crazy. Maybe it's been going crazy the whole time. I don't know. But this week has been a lot. But let me start with the highlights. So we had the Brit Awards this week. We saw performances from everybody doing great things. I want to say Ray and Olivia Dean showed up and showed out. I believe Ray won six awards? Like, she's just breaking record after record after record. And I love to see it. I love to see women who are just good at what they do, unapologetically doing it. And they're just showing you, this is who I am. They're just showing up. Ray really impresses me. And then, I don't know, I wasn't stalking Ray, I promise you. But I was doing some research. And then I come to find out, she's got a Ghanaian mum. I was like, the flavour makes sense. This makes, not being biased or anything, but it makes sense. I said, oh, no wonder the talent is talenting. No wonder the voice is voicing. No wonder you're just doing bits. Like, honestly, I'm a fan of Ray. Like, I think initially it took me a while to get into her music. I had some recommendations from a few of my people who was like, you need to start listening to Ray. And I'm so pleased those recommendations came to me because I am very happy. So yeah, the Brit Awards was really a thing. Well done to everybody who won. I love that. I love to see women just doing their thing. I think it's great. Like, it's so, you know, when you can tell someone has hit their flow. Like, you can tell when somebody is just doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, that's what I get. I get a sense of that from Ray, and I get a sense of that from Olivia Dean. Amazing. And keeping it in the vein of people winning awards, we've also had the NAACP Image Awards this week. I think it might have been yesterday, actually. We're going to get into the BAFTA stuff. But before we do, let me just say, and if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Jordan being Jordan, you'll see that I posted about this before. But Viola Davis, this woman can deliver a speech. She can deliver a speech like I've never known it. Every word she says in the speech resonates. Everything she says. She gives you the speech from her heart and from her soul. I have never known anyone to deliver a speech the way that Viola Davis delivers a speech. She won an award. I can't remember what award it was, but she won an award. She was wearing this beautiful wine dress. She started giving a speech and I had to pause it a few times because every sentence just lands differently. I am so impressed by Viola Davis every single time. And obviously, because she's so brilliant as an actress or an actor, she wins awards all the time. So she makes speeches all the time. And every speech she makes, I'm in awe. I am in awe. So I literally, I think that was one of the things I wanted to say today because Viola Davis, I need to know. Here's what I need to know. I need to know who has helped Viola Davis learn the skill of speeches, of how to deliver speeches, because I want some lessons. I want to also be involved. I want to be involved. I need to know how to do it the way she does it. But I was so impressed. I was impressed with her. I was impressed with, obviously, Salt and Pepper. They got inducted into the NAACP Image Awards, Hall of Fame. Amazing. They've done so much for the music community. I loved it. And everybody was just shiny. The NAACP Image Awards, everyone is just shiny, looking good. Michael B. Jordan obviously won awards for Sinners. I think, outstanding contribution to acting, whatever it was, I can't remember. Michael B. Jordan and the winners, the Sinners has been winning across the board. And I'm so pleased because I know they've been snubbed by others. We won't talk about that. But Sinners deserves to win everything. That movie, it doesn't matter how many. I can watch that movie. I watched it on the plane actually, like a few months ago. I can watch that movie regularly, and every time I watch it, I get something new from it. Sinners deserves every single award, and I'm so pleased that Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Delroy Lindo, the other Wumi won an award as well for, I think it was for like outstanding actress. All the awards, and she is glowing. Oh my gosh, glowing. Praying for her in her pregnancy. Sinners deserves to win all the awards, and I'm so pleased it is winning all the awards. I also want to shout out to Regina Hall. So Regina Hall also did a speech, and I think she presented an award at the NAACP Image Awards. But while she was on the stage, she shouted out Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, and just basically praised them and spoke into them following the BAFTA's nonsense. Here's what I'll say about that, because I already posted about that. But I'll say a few more words. Why not? The BAFTAs the BBC, the BAFTAs, the BAFTA committee, whoever it is, whoever you are, you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed, because from what I saw on the social media posts, on the reels, on the clips, I saw, maybe this is my algorithm, but what I saw was people criticizing the BAFTAs for their handling of that situation, which involved Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. I just heard criticism in everything, because everybody is shocked. Not shocked. No, shocked, but not surprised by the way things developed from the BAFTAs. I'm not going to go into that. You guys already know that there was a whole incident of the actor from I Swear. The movie was based upon Davidson, and he has Tourette's. He has tics. He says things. He ticked while Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were on the stage. Racial slur. The BBC did not edit it out. Just embarrassed Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo as they stood up on that stage. It was just awful. The situation was awful. The handling was awful. The aftermath of people on social media talking about this situation, ongoing for days, talking about suggesting that Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo didn't need an apology, because people being accused of ableism, of discriminating against disability, all sorts has been going on last week. But what I felt was beautiful is that at the NAACP Awards, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were embraced and supported. And from what I could see, most people there, obviously can't speak for everybody, said, don't worry about that. We've got you. We are so sad that you were subjected to that, but you're here now. And so then Delroy Lindo's speech says that. He says, after the aftermath of the BAFTAs and everything that came after that, we're so happy to be back around our people. Oh, the BAFTAs should be embarrassed. The BAFTAs should be embarrassed. And I want to see what the consequence is going to be. Like, I don't know. Maybe there won't be any consequence. Maybe they will just, be silent. It took them long enough to apologize, didn't it? So maybe they will just very quietly sit on this and hope it blows over. And sadly, whenever there's an incident of anti-black racism, that tends to be the strategy. Let's just hope the blacks calm down, they get distracted by something else, and this blows over. And I sadly think that's what's going to happen here. But what I would love to see is consequences. Is that the BAFTAs, the BBC face consequences for the way in which Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were treated on that stage, and their lack of protection afterwards. That's what I would like to see. But we'll have to watch this space. We will really have to watch this space. So what else has been going on this week in the world of women? Well, World War III started. Yep, that happened. It's just so weird to me that we could just be, in the West, I suppose, at home, doing our weekly shop, calling our friends, making a cup of tea, thinking about what's for dinner, and then on the other side of the world, there is a war happening. People are being displaced, people are being killed, people are suffering in ways that we could not even imagine. It's just so weird to me. But it's happening. And one of the first casualties that Iran suffered was, I think the number is now 110 schoolgirls being killed by a strike by Israeli and US forces. And it just made me think, we can't even enjoy education safely. We can't even enjoy education safely. These schoolgirls woke up, got themselves ready, put on their backpacks, went to school, right? To not return. It's just so sad. It's so sad. The cost of war to society is so sad, and upsets me so much. We're going to have to see. Obviously, it's a developing picture. I'm recording this on a Sunday. You guys will probably see this on a Tuesday. Between now and then, when I post this episode, there's going to be a lot more that's gone on. But it just upsets me to my core that the first casualties, and it would have upset me whoever the casualties were, but the fact the first casualties were schoolgirls really upsets me. The use of women and girls in war, or the threat to women and girls in war, as we know, is high and deep, and very deep. And I didn't expect this podcast to go this way, but it's very deep. We think about the schoolgirls in Nigeria who were kidnapped. I don't even know. The thing is, again, the kidnapping went on for so long. Were they released? Were they found? The story just developed and developed and developed. There's atrocity on atrocity of which highlight the cost of war on women and girls. And prayers up for them. I really hope, I'm not saying this confidently, but I hope that they find a resolution, whatever international laws can be used, if there's even any authority and power in that. This needs to stop. These men in their 80s who are making decisions that affect the whole world, okay, Netanyahu, okay, Trump, okay, need to be replaced, and this all needs to stop, because the world is suffering, and women and girls are going to suffer as well. So it all needs to come to an end. It did make me think, though, just as I go about my day thinking and doing, it made me think, what would happen if our world was just run by women? Would we be seeing the same amount of wars? Would we be seeing the same amount of conflict? If this was two 80-year-old women who was the leader of Israel and the leader of America, would this be happening? And I can confidently say, I don't think it would be. I do not think it would be. I do not think we would have seen bombs dropped on Iran. I do not. Therefore, we wouldn't have seen the retaliatory strikes against other Middle East countries. I just don't think we would see this. I mean, at some point on this podcast, we will have a conversation about matriarchy and leadership and that sort of thing. We will. It's not today. It's not on my list of things to talk about today. But if this was two 80-year-old women, the leader of the US and the leader of Israel, would we see war right now? And I really don't think we would. And what's annoying about this is that we women are labeled as the emotional ones. And when we look around us at the political landscape, really, sadly, a lot of women don't hold the top leadership positions in their countries. There's a few doing great things. Shout out Barbados, shout out Mexico. But we don't see these, the emotional responses are from the leaders of these countries who are men. Something to think about. Something to think about. If the world, or in the world of women, if women were the ones running the world, would we be seeing these wars? I don't know. I might actually clip this up and ask you guys on my socials because I'm interested to know what you think. But yeah, that's what's been going on this week in the world of women. So in the next part of this podcast, we talk about what's been going on in my world, in the world of Jordan. And let me tell you, not a lot usually goes on, but I'll give you guys a little update. So it's Lent, right? I'm Christian, raised Catholic. I do try to fast during Lent or give something up or do something during Lent. I just think it's helpful. It's good for it's just good for discipline in general. It's good for thinking about the things that you struggle to give up or you struggle to do or not do. It's very helpful. I would actually recommend, whether you're religious or not, you have a moment in time where you do reflect or fast in some sort of way. And it's not always giving something up. It might be that you're doing something. So I have given up screen time after 9 p.m, but I've also added in more consistent ways of making content. Those are my two things, right? So given up screen time after 9 p.m, but I'm making daily content for these 40 days. Let's see how it goes. Well, so far it's been going well. However, let me tell you the struggle that I have had to give up screen time after 9 p.m. I didn't know I was an addict. I didn't know I was an addict until I tried to give it up. At 8:55, I'm there trying to get my last bits of scrolling, trying to message my last few people. I've got the TV on. I'm not even watching the TV. I just want to make sure that I can get as much screen time as possible. When you fast and give things up, I'm telling you, you notice how much they are part of your life. I didn't know. I thought, oh, actually, 9 p.m. is fine because I'll be going to bed. It doesn't really matter. I have struggled. Have I failed a few days? Yeah, I have. I'll be honest with you. I have failed a few days. There's been a few days where I have struggled at night. It's been like 10 p.m. and I'm like, I've got to check this on Twitter. I've got to check this on Instagram. I don't have to check nothing, you know. I need to read my book and go to bed. But I'm telling you, giving up screen time after 9 p.m. has been a struggle. However, on the other side, I have really taken to reading now. So there's been a book that I have been trying to read for about 7 months. The Housemaid. You lot have probably seen it. I think a movie was made about it. I haven't watched the movie yet. I finished it. I finished that book in the first week. I'm now on my second book. I've been fasting or Lent's been like a week. and I've already finished that book. And I'm halfway through that book. So my time to read has improved greatly, and I'm very pleased about that because I wanted to read more anyway. So I'm incredibly pleased about that. But I'm hoping in the next 30 days, however long I have left, I am able to struggle less with the lack of screen time after 9 p.m. And I'm at a stage where I can't even bring my phone into my bedroom because the temptation to look at it is so much. It's an addiction. We need to be careful. We need to be careful about this. I don't know why I'm pretending like you're addicted too, but we need to be careful about this. My phone is an addiction. Huh? Who knew? Well, now I do because I've given it up. So that's what's been going on in the world of Jordan. And I will keep you guys updated. I will 100% keep you updated because, yeah, the struggle has been real. So in this section of the podcast, in this segment, coming to you as a woman, very controversial. I know we hate it. But this is where I come to you, where I talk about things I've seen, some reflections that I think women should, in a whole, take on. Coming to you as a woman. This week, I want to talk about the Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model documentary, reality check. And this is what I want to say. You do not have to be disrespected to achieve your goals. Let me say it again, louder for everyone in the back who may not have heard me. You do not have to be disrespected to achieve your goals. Because when I watched reality check, I haven't even finished the last part because I got so annoyed. I paused and went to go and eat something. That's what happened. I paused and I went to go and eat something because I said, what's going on? What's going on here? Tyra, Miss J, producers. There's a lot of people who need to answer some questions. There is a lot of questions to be answered after watching America's Next Top Model reality check documentary. It just made me so sad. That to achieve our goals sometimes as women, we feel that we need to or we have to put up with unlimited disrespect and nonsense. And sadly, in some situations, actually, some people have had to. But we shouldn't have to. There has to be another way. Because then, of course, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole and I went onto TikTok and I looked at some of the other past models who have been on the seasons who then are coming out with their stories. And I've heard there's going to be another documentary that drops on the 11th of March on E, which shows the models' stories. So we're gonna hear from the models, their perspective on certain things, and I can't wait to see that. But they're talking about, they were told to hand over their money. They were told to hand over their IDs, didn't have their passports, didn't have their IDs, couldn't travel. They had to give their money over to producers or showrunners to go and help to buy food. So they're being paid, but at the same time, they're giving their money back into the production. So they've got nothing. They can't leave. Now, to me, that sounds like a hostage situation. It sounds like you are being held hostage. You are captive. What's going on? But you want to achieve your goal. You want to be America's Next Top Model. So you're hanging in there. You're trying your best to do what you can do with the cards you've been dealt. Oh, there has to be another way. There has to be another way. Now, some people will say, well, if you want to achieve your goal, you have to go through some nonsense. And yeah, of course, when you want to achieve your goal is not easy. There's challenge involved in achieving what it is that you want to achieve. But how much disrespect should be in the challenge? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. How much disrespect needs to be in the challenge? Because some of the things I was seeing and hearing, I was shocked. Again, I told you, I got annoyed. I pressed pause. I went to go and eat something. I said, what's going on? Why? Why are women being subjected to this by other women as well? I mean, oh my God, my tummy's actually rumbling. I'm going to eat after this. But why? Why is this happening? America's Next Top Model reality check. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Go and watch it. I learned some things. I was shocked. I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe. Tyra, Miss J, producers, everybody involved in America's Next Top Model, you have questions to answer. You have questions to answer. And I cannot wait to see what the model's perspective is going to be in the new documentary that comes. I don't know where we can watch it in the UK, but I know it's going to be streamed on E. So I will be searching to see where I can watch that, because I want to know their perspectives, because from what I've seen on TikTok, they have a lot to say. But coming to you as a woman, I will say this. There does not need to be disrespect in order to achieve your goals. We have to try to find other ways. In this last segment of the podcast, this is what I call my Womenifesto. So you know how like politicians and political parties, they have manifestos? I have a Womenifesto. And every week I'll be giving you a statement that we should be living by, we should be reflecting on, we should be thinking about, all of these things. So here goes for this week. My Womenifesto is this. If you do not do life, life will do you. I will repeat it again because you need to take it in. Even make a note of this week's Womenifesto. If you do not do life, life will do you. And you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. If you have not got a handle on what you want to do, if you haven't set your goals the way that you want to achieve them, if you are not speaking about the things you want to attract, if you are not acting in a way that you receive the treatment you want to receive, if you're not doing these things and you're letting life's momentum just take you left, right, up, down, you'll go wherever it is that you are going without any sort of direction or help from yourself. Is that really how you want to do this thing? You have got one life and you need to live it the way you want to live it. You have to try to shape it the way you want it to be shaped. And you can see when someone's life has just snowballed and it's gotten completely out of control. Like it's gotten out of their control. They're grasping to try to bring it back to, to resemble what they want it to resemble. It's possible. And it is possible. If you are actively trying to get your life to be the way you want it to be, it is possible to bring it back, to figure it out, to take action so that your life looks like how you want it to look. But let me say this. If you do not do life, life will do you. And I'm going to write a Substack on this because it's really important. And I want to see more women actively living the lives they want to live rather than living a life that is snowballing and they're just trying to catch up with it. That's my goal. That's what I want to see. That's why I do this podcast. This is why I talk to you guys. This is why I post the things I post. This is why I, have the frameworks that I have. This is why I coach co-parenting women. I coach women. I do all the things. It's because I want to see women live lives that they have a foot in, a control in, rather than life being done to them. So I will leave it there for now. And I will see you guys next week because that's all I have for this week in the world of women. You guys know what you need to do. Follow, subscribe, share, comment. Yeah, let me see some comments. People don't comment on my episodes. Not yet. I know I'm going to get to a stage where you guys will be doing the most commenting. But anyway, that's fine. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining me for episode 2. I will see you for episode 3. My tummy is rumbling. I'm going to go and get something to eat. Have a good day. Have a good time this week. I pray that you're safe in this wild, wild, wild world we're living in. And yeah, I'll see you for episode 3 next week. Until next time.